I chose to do the book Wolf in the Snow by Matthew Cordell, partially because it's one of the only picture books I have on hand, and partially because I thought it was so brilliant after reading it online that I had to buy it. So here goes. I've placed it next to this other Red Riding Hood inspired book to showcase that this one is presented in landscape orientation, which is appropriate for the subject inside, that of a journey being taken. Landscape keeps the eye moving forward, which is fitting for journeys. However, it's a more subtle landscape than some, sizing it at around 8 by 9, meaning it's almost a square but not quite, which I think allows Cordell to use some different techniques in the page design, but we'll get into that a little more later. Concerning trim size, this book is nearly wordless, so the largest trim size helps young readers to see better if it's being shown to them, whether that's individually or in a group, but it's still small enough and therefore easy enough for a child to hold and explore on their own, which even a child who can't read yet would love to do since there are so few words. The jacket of the book accurately portrays what's going to be found inside the book, but in more subtle terms. It's definitely a coming attraction type of jacket in that it echoes what's inside by paralleling the girl in red with the wolves on both the front and back and on the flaps inside. The cover beneath this jacket continues this parallel form of visual reading by illustrating 5 symmetrical panels on the front and back that showcase how the girl's story mirrors the wolf's story. Even the images used in each panel are similar to the ones on the opposite side. For instance, the middle panel of both front and back show the 2 figures side by side gazing into the distance. The end papers are just a simple blue that evokes the sort of wintry feeling of the book as a whole. I think they chose not to incorporate images here in order to give the eye a kind of break, because before the actual first page of the book, there's some front matter that serves as a kind of 2.5 spread introduction. This introduction serves to set the themes of the story up: the girl going on a journey and the parallel images to the wolf's journey. The very first page of this introduction also mirrors the very last page of the book, in which the young girl is with her family in the house. The typography in this book is limited and mainly serves to add emphasis and clarity to the illustrations. It's hand-drawn and fully integrated into the illustrations, which helps to make it feel more intimate in a story that has so few words with which the reader can connect. Cordell also uses the text to keep the eye moving forward, such as here where the dog's barks get bigger and go forward, leading the eye onward to the little girl and the journey she's about to take. The text also strengthens the mirroring aspect of the book, such as here where the little girl and the baby wolf's words are mirror images of each other, even though they're different words. Here are a few more instances where the typography leads the eye onward: the howling wolf that seems to go right off the page and is followed by the footprints that keep leading the eye onward, and the screech of the owl that gets bigger as it goes on, making you want to turn the page to get away, just like the little girl wants to get away. Concerning page design, many of the spreads are full page and go across the gutter, which works fine in this case, because most of what crosses the gutter is landscape, such as on this page. However, Cordell also incorporates circular illustrations to pause the movement when something important happens, causing the reader to stop and take notice before moving on. There are also spreads like these, where the little girl is reaching into the gutter, but since the background is white, this makes the eye skip over the gutter toward the wolf pup waiting on the other side. This spread therefore showcases the mirroring of the 2 characters while still keeping them separate. And finally, pages such as these combine images to convey more information all at once. And that's Wolf in the Snow by Matthew Cordell.